there's the drums, here he comes. Hopalong, Cassidy, here he comes.
An odd series of circumstances happened recently. They began one morning when Red Connard, my partner, and I rode out to locate some stray cattle. Sometime during the night, they had wandered away from our ranch, the Bar 20. We spotted them in a draw, and being in a hurry, we split up. Red was still out like a light when I got him home to the Bar 20. Sent one of the men to Twin Rivers to bring the doctor. I realized that even a slight concussion can be dangerous, and being plenty fond of Red, I had reason to worry.
Hello, Hoppy.
Hi, Doc.
What's this I hear about Red?
He's been pretty badly hurt, I guess.
Well, I'd like to wash my hands first before I examine him.
Go right in the kitchen now. There's a basin.
All right, Hoppy, where's the patient?
He's gone.
What?
You wait right here. According to Gus, the ranch hand, Red had dashed out and headed into the hills. But when after 24 hours, Red failed to return to the Bar 20, I decided to find him.
Anything on the Thomas woman?
She's doing on the stage today.
You'll meet it, of course.
Naturally. Just as we planned. Leave the details to me.
Well, I can't help worrying a bit, knowing how important it is to us to get control of this mine. It looks like that vein of copper runs straight through from here to my property. It's to our mutual advantage to operate the two under one management. But we're blocked until you obtain full title.
I got Thomas out of the way for opposing it. I could do the same for his sister.
Yeah, that explosion was a Lulu. Very neat.
Well, he wouldn't listen to me. You know what an obstinate cuss Judd was. I was just his partner. But his sister Noreena's supposed to be the same way.
Then it'll be her hard luck.
I'd been riding for a couple of days following Red's trail. It led across 2 counties and into a third. do, miss? Everything all right?
Thanks, stranger. We're all right here.
All right, on your way.
Yeah, sure, baby.
When I had satisfied myself that nobody on the stagecoach had been hurt, I had decided to talk to the wounded highwaymen. They were dead. The stagecoach wasn't carrying gold or anything of value, so the attempted holdup didn't make sense. Out of sheer curiosity, I decided to follow it into the town of Broken Wheel.
Well, howdy, folks, howdy. What kind of trip did you have?
Well, everything was all right until we got out here a little ways, and then some outlaws tried to hold us up.
Well, did they get anything?
Nope, don't even know what they were looking for.
Wasn't it exciting?
We get too much of that kind of excitement out here, miss. Personal, I'll take it nice and quiet.
I sure would like to know who it was who drove them off.
That shouldn't be hard to find out. Here he comes right now.
So it is.
Thanks, mister, for helping us out.
Glad to help.
Say, ain't you Hopalong, Cassidy?
That's right.
Well, sure, Hoppy, I should have known.
You were magnificent. I've heard of things like this happening in the West, but I never expected to witness them.
This your first trip out here?
Yes, I came out to claim my late brother's estate, a copper mine.
Say, you must be Miss Thomas, Judd's sister.
Yes.
Judd and me were mighty good friends.
We were sorry about him being killed in that explosion.
It was a terrible shock to me. I want to thank you again for saving our lives, Mr. Cassidy. I'd be pleased to have you called.
Thank you very much. I might do that, miss.
What are you doing down this neck of the woods, Hoppy?
I'm looking for my sidekick.
Red Connors?
Yeah. You haven't seen him around here, have you?
Nope. Ask the sheriff. He knows if anybody does.
That's just where I was heading. See you later.
I can see something went wrong.
You can say that again. Both of my men are dead. A stranger interfered.
Stranger? Where did he come from?
He rode up just as we closed in on the stage. Clem got it from the stage guard. Stranger got Joe.
So, what now?
I wish I knew. If we could have made it look like Noreen Thomas was the victim of a holdup, that would have settled it, no questions asked. Now it's going to be tough.
Think it's a good idea for us to be seen together?
Get in there. Come on in.
Buenos dias, senor.
What do you want?
Allow me. I am Don Diego Colorado. Fresh out of food and water for myself and my horse.
There's plenty of fresh water in the stream about 100 yards from here.
Gracias, senor. And the food?
You'll have to go up to the cook shack near the mine, about a quarter of a mile up the canyon.
Muchas gracias.
Just a moment, mister. You don't look or talk like any Spanish Don to me.
But I assure you I come from a long line of Dons, original settlers of the West. See, once all this land belonged to my ancestors.
Yeah?
Well, you go up to the mine like I told you.
Hold on. Make yourself comfortable for a moment, Senor Colorado. I'd like to talk to you in the other room, Roger. If you'll excuse us, senor.
That guy's as loony as a coot.
I know that. But I've got an idea that might do just what we want.
Hello, Mr. Endicott.
Sorry to disturb you, Miss Thomas, but something important has come up. I figured since we're partners in the mine, you ought to know about it. This is Don Diego Colorado.
At your service, senorita.
How do you do? Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
You were saying, Mr. Endicott.
As I explained to you the other day, since your brother died, our mine has been operating on a losing basis. Personally, I feel if we could get an offer that we ought to sell out.
And Mr. Colorado wants to make such an offer?
Oh, no, senorita. I have no money. Besides, why should I buy what already belongs to me?
What already belongs to you, but I thought...
That's why I brought Don Diego Colorado to you. He showed up a couple of days ago and claimed to own all the land around here. A friend of mine investigated and dug up this.
I can't read this. It's in Spanish. What does it mean?
That piece of parchment says the Colorado family got a grant of land from the King of Spain.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's what I tried to tell him. But if he should decide to sue and get a court injunction, he could tie up operations for years, maybe.
See, even months.
I don't know what this nonsense is about, but I'm not giving up the Copper Queen with...
Miss Thomas, I don't know whether you remember me.
Oh, yes, of course, Mr. Cassidy. It's so nice to see you again. Won't you come in?
Thank you. I was riding by when I saw a horse out there that belonged to a friend of mine.
Oh, then you know these gentlemen.
I know this one. In fact, I've been looking all over the state for him.
Mr. Endicott, Mr. Cassidy.
How are you? Haven't I seen you someplace before?
I don't think so. I'm Miss Thomas's partner.
I see. Well, Red, you sure had me on the go searching for you.
Searching for me? Why were you searching for me, senor?
Allow me, Cassidy. This is Don Diego Colorado, of one of the oldest Spanish families in the West.
This is Don... Oh, no. Say, what is this? This man is Red Connors. He's worked for me for years. That right, Red?
You're mistaken, senor. Never before in all my life have I seen you.
Don Diego has proof of his identity.
He has?
He brought this here. He claims that our copper mine is on his land.
He brought this?
Yes.
This thing is a forgery.
You, of course, are an authority on parchment documents.
I don't have to be. Sure, it's written on parchment. But any parchment dating back to the 1600s would be so brown and brittle you couldn't even read it. I don't think you have to worry about Red taking away your mine property. But I would keep my eyes open if I were you.
I'll take your advice, Mr. Cassidy.
Well, Red, it's a long ways home.
You still insist we are friends, amigo?
Yeah, but that can change any minute if you don't come along quietly.
All right, I give in. But first, I have a souvenir in my saddle pack for the senorita. I will get it.
A souvenir for me? But, Mr. Colorado,
Please, think nothing of it.
Let's take another look at this. Red, come back here.
Your friendship appears to be entirely one-sided, Cassidy. I better get back to the mine, Miss Thomas. When you get more rested up, we'll go over the books.
Very well. But remember one thing, Mr. Endicott. My brother lost his life for that mine, and I have no intention of letting it slip through my fingers.
Neither have I. Hope your luck holds out.
Thanks.
You don't suppose those two are trying to put something over on us?
What reason could they have? They don't know anything about the mine.
I can't answer that right off. But if the one is Hopalong, Cassidy, I've heard he's cagey like a fox.
Yeah, maybe so. But the one we know as Don Colorado is strictly a loon.
All of which gets us exactly no place.
It's him again.
Cassidy?
No, Red. You know Colorado. I'll run him off.
No, don't. I have a better idea. One that'll work.
Ah, I sure fooled Senor Cassidy.
Yeah, you should.
Tell you later. Help me get him up to your powder house.
Here. I hope you know what we're doing.
I do.
After hearing Noreen's story, I knew that the answer to her problem must be up at the mine.
I still don't get it.
All right, let me put it this way. We've got Red, or Don Colorado, or whatever he wants to call himself, right?
Go on.
All right, so we keep him under lock and key until we get rid of the girl. Then we turn him loose and let him take the rap for the murder.
So what's our first move?
As soon as we get back to your office, I'll go after the girl.
To bring her here?
No. You'll be waiting on the Goose River Trail.
The office of the Copper Queen appeared deserted, with not even a horse in sight. I saw evidence of a struggle, but had no idea concerning the reason or the people involved. I knew that gun as well as I did my own. It was Red's.
Hello, Cassidy. Still looking for your bosom pal, I see.
I think I've found him. At least I know he's been here. Where is he, Endicott?
Don't ask me. You saw him the last time I did. And if I remember rightly, he was trying to get away from you.
He's been here since then. This is how I know.
All right, he came here and showed us some ridiculous land grant. And when we laughed at his claim to our mines, he made a play for his gun, so we took it away from him.
Who are you?
My name's Hobart. Not that it's any of your business. I've got to get over to the mine. I'll see you again in a couple of days.
Yeah, do that.
I wish I could help you locate your friend, Cassidy. In his mental state, he could do something mighty bad and never know it. It's dangerous for him to be on the loose. It really is.
Yeah. Hey, do you mind if I take a look at your mine?
Help yourself.
It was nice of you to ride all the way into town to get me. I certainly hope Endicott isn't badly hurt.
Quite serious, Miss Thomas. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered you.
By a strange coincidence, for the second time that day, I spotted Red's horse. The whole affair was falling into a sinister pattern.
Red! Red! Hoppy! Hoppy, get me out of here! Red, I'm in the powder house! Hurry up and get me out of here! You all right? What's taking you so long?
Red remembered nothing between the time he fell off his horse and his regaining his full faculties in the powder house. He thought I was making up the tale about Don Diego, Colorado. About the only concrete evidence was a very sore head. In the excitement of escape, Red almost forgot a detail of extreme importance, the plan of Hobart and Endicott to murder Noreen Thomas. Red had no idea who any of the people were or why the murder was to be done. Fortunately, he did remember the killing was to take place on the Goose River Trail. I knew a shortcut to that rugged location. I had come from there earlier in the day. I was vastly relieved to see Endicott making fast time over the Goose River Trail. If we could overtake him before he met Hobart and Noreen, there was hope for the girl. Without knowing the details, Red understood the danger. Seconds became a lifetime. Stay here with the girl. Get out of here. Get on your feet.
You still want that Spanish grant, Don Diego, Colorado? I haven't remembered.
Oh, Miss Thomas, what would an Irishman named Connors do with a Spanish grant?
You never can tell, Red. We'll be heading for Mexico pretty soon. There might be a dark-eyed senorita.
All I want is to get back to Bar 20 and sleep for about 2 weeks. Goodbye, miss.
Bye, Red.
Goodbye.
I had hoped you'd stick around. I'm going to need a man to run the mine.
Oh, I think you'll find plenty of men that can handle that.
What about you?
No, I'm afraid not. I don't know what I'd do without Topper back here, and I'm sure he can't use a pick and shovel. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Trail to where cowboys race. Hopalong, Cassidy. Hopalong, Cassidy. He'll return soon again. There's no use to say goodbye until then.